Hello and welcome back to a nice warm workshop for a change. What you're going to see in this video is me make some nice toy cars. Those two. These are two that I had a practice with, I've got to be honest. Trying something a different way of doing them, or trying to do them, and I quite enjoyed making these. A bit of fun, yeah. So that is what you are going to see in this video. Right, so everything's all marked out. You should be able to see them, yes. Everything's dotted, and on the top I've just put a hole for a seat for the driver. And on the Sapele one, which is obviously a bit taller, I'm going to try an experiment. I've shifted this down, this centre line down about 5mm all the way round, so that I'm hoping that maybe we do a round over the top, whereas the bottom will be a bit more flatter. And again, another hole. So I will go and put some holes in this. I'm going to put, alright, what this? It's going to be 6.5mm diameter in the axle holes, and for the top, for the driver, I think it's going to be about a 20mm diameter, probably a 20 actually, because they're nice big chunky bits of wood. So I shall be back in a minute, and we'll maybe get on the lathe. What I realised afterwards about saying I'd go off and drill all the holes off camera, just by putting a bit of wood under this, it just puts an angle on this so that it just looks a little bit better. My personal opinion, but there you go. I've decided to go with the offset one, the Sapele one, excuse me, just because I want to see how it works out. But that's the only reason. So we'll find out together. I don't know whether you can see. Let me zoom you in a bit more. There we go. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to take this back off the lathe, prop this back up again while I've still got a flat surface here to deepen this. Otherwise, by the time I've taken all of this off, or got this a lot more rounder than I've currently got it, I'm going to have no hole here, and once this is round I've got no chance of putting this in. So I shall have to run over to the drill press and deepen that. So I'll be back in a minute or two. Right, unfortunately, for all my supposedly accurate marking out, I've got a flat there which is for the axle holes, which is sort of what I wanted, but on the other side it's almost disappeared. So I don't know quite what's happened there, but we'll just have to deal with it. I think what I'm going to do is take it down so that I've got a lot less of the flat this side, and at a later date hopefully I can keep some of this, and at a later date I can put a flat back on both of these sides again. Yeah, that's a little bit disappointing, but oh well. Let's carry on. Right, we'll have a go with the beach version of this. I have actually gone and deepened this before we got started this time, so let's see how this behaves. Or right, I've been having to think about this. I'm quite happy with that, but then the distance from, right, let's see if we can show you properly. There we go. The distance from there to there makes the wheels on this thing very, very big. So what I've gone away and done, and just very quickly, just knock a piece of board, plywood even, excuse me, with a dowel in it, and that's going to sit there like that. Now hopefully you can see what I'm trying to achieve. It just keeps this up all upright and these parallel or square to that. So that's the plan anyway. So let's see whether this works. Yeah, I didn't cut all together flat, but I can shape all the rest of that anyway, I'm hoping. But didn't cut very square. Didn't cut very square. Not the best plan of attack, I think, but oh well. Put it back on the lathe and see what we can do with it. Right, I've been having to think about all of this, and what I've done is I have actually put this back on the bandsaw like so, and I've actually taken off a bit more off both of the sides. Come on, focus. That's better. There we go. Yes, it's made them a bit bigger flats, but I'm then going to put it back on the lathe, and we'll try and take a bit more off the diameter and bring it down again a bit smaller. It's the only way I can think of saving it a bit, to be honest. It's gone and changed size and shape quite a bit since you probably last saw this actually. Unfortunately, I hadn't realised is that the battery had died in my camera, so I just carried on and didn't realise, so apologies for that. But what I've done is I've thinned it right down, as you can well see. Still hasn't changed any of this, but I think I can quite happily live with some of that. Finish off the ends, tidy them up a bit so that I can probably part it off, or at least get it to a point that I can just break these all off out of the way anyway. So I think that's where we're going to go with this for now. There we go, all nicely polished up to 400. What I'm just going to do is just quickly nip off these ends with the handsaw, and we'll put the disc sander on and try and give it a bit of shape. Just talking of giving it a bit of shape, I've obviously nipped off the ends, but I'm just going to try flattening both of these just with a file to start with. I'll change the camera and I'll show you what I'm thinking of, at least. I think that gives it a bit more shape and looks a bit more like a car, I think. Right, I think I'll finish the rest off on the disc sander. Because I quite like what I managed to do with the beach one, I actually went and did the same, or something, took a file, that rasp or file, whatever you like to call it, to this one as well. And so if I can show you the bottom, give him a bit of shape. Whoop, nearly dropped him, good catch. So yeah, we are now going to get to the disc sander, and we'll work through the grits with that. Okay, so that's the shape I'm going to settle with. It's all been nicely sanded up, and also I have done a load of wheels, all sanded up again, nice and tidy, and quite happy with most of them. So I'm going to put the buffing wheels on and give them a good clean up, and end up with a bit of carnauba wax, which should be fairly good, and as far as I'm aware is toy safe. So that's what you'll see next. That's the Canuba wax. Very nice. Worth the effort. Again, very nice. Right, just the wheels to do. Right, and one. Let's see if we can get that. Shiny wheel. As you can see, we are just about ready for assembly. So everything's now polished, as you've already seen. I've cut all the axles to their required length. These are, I'll see if I can show you these. I think that's in focus. Whoa, keep still. These are just little spacers. I think they're 8 or 9 mil diameter OD with a 6.5 mil drilled hole through. They're just a way of, if I can quickly show you. So with the indent on the wheel, it just pushes it away, so that when you've got that in there, right, there we go. Just about see that there. It just helps to push it away from the body of the car. That's what I'm using them as anyway. So right, so we are now at assembly point. Thank goodness, I think. So shouldn't need much, hopefully. Right, now I've left just a bit of glue in there for the spacer, which should hopefully, yeah, there we go. And I've still got a bit of squeeze out on it as well, which is a bit of a pain, but just needs a bit of towel. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue one wheel to each axle, and then we'll come back and do the final assembly. So I don't know if you can see that, but I've got glue in there now, whereas I think probably the way I did the other two, which was actually put the glue on the axle beforehand, which probably is the better route to go. That's it. I'm just going to let them dry for a few minutes, and we'll be back. And with a little bit of movement side to side, not much, probably mil, what's that, 16th, something like that. So there we go. So I had already done a bit of mass production on these a few weeks ago, and I'll explain that in a minute or two. But I actually did make a bag of different size wheels and bits and pieces. So at the same time I also made it some little button, what I call button men, something like that. So we just got 2 of them. So it's now just a case of sticking them in, deciding which one looks best in which. Try the other way around. Yeah, I think we'll go with that order. And just gonna get a load on the bottom. I hope I don't miss with my aim. Yes. Just turn that around a little bit just to try and get it all spread out. Are we going to be lucky and get two for 2? Oh, just, oh well. Had some come up the side. Typical. And there we go. 2 nice shiny cars. Hopefully you can see them reasonably well. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed that, and if you feel I've earned it, maybe consider subscribing. Otherwise, at least I'd appreciate a like anyway. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Cheers. Jeff.